Okay, so once everything's done and you've got a drawing, usually you have to get it to somebody. And one of the real common ways to do it is to put it onto a sheet, quote, piece of paper, or to plot it to a PDF, again, on a sheet size. And that's what the layouts are for. I'm going to get this shape onto a PDF and give it to somebody. Okay? And so there are some standards that we go through to do that. So we're going to go through a process to do that that's common, and it's the most basic, simple one. And there's many, many other ways to do this that are more complex depending on the need, but this will do just great for now. So here I am. I'm in my plate 1.1 RS1. I can close my library file. I don't need it anymore. And I better save it. So here we go. The first thing to do is to select Layout Tab 1. That's down in the lower left, Layout Tab 1. It's just the one I've chosen that we're going to look at. Okay, and I want to set it up so that it plots to a PDF. Okay, so the plot manager, if I right click on that tab, I can do Page Setup Manager. This is one way to get to it. And I'm going to modify what's there. The first thing I need to do is pick the plotter. It's going to be a PDF. So I'm going to go to Adobe PDF. Now, I'm on VMware, so I have to show you that I have to do one other thing. Okay, I have to do one other thing, and that means I have to log in to Adobe. That's one drawback to our system. It makes you log in before you can plot to Adobe. So I've just opened up Adobe Acrobat, and you'll log in using your W number. I'm going to log in with my email number. So yours will be your W number at apps.losrios.edu. I think we have to go through all this stuff again. So that is one thing that just get used to doing that. Oh, now I need it to call me. Okay, this is a new thing for some of us. I've had to do this forever. There we go. Now I'm logged in. So that's just one of the things that you need to do. And then you can just minimize it. So here we go. Right click, Page Setup Manager, Modify, Adobe PDF. You can do any of these. You can do Bluebeam or AutoCAD PDF. You can do all of those. But I just chose Adobe PDF. I'm going to leave it at letter size. I'm going to plot this layout. No offsets. Now there's something called a plot style. And that just tells the plotter about line weights and thicknesses and line types and things like that. We're just going to use a standard AutoCAD, ACAD, and I am going to display plot styles. And we can leave the quality as normal. However you want to. You can make it presentation or maximum. Let's just make it maximum. Okay, and we want to plot the line weights. We want to plot with plot styles. And this doesn't matter here. And it's set for landscape. And my scale is 1:1. My piece of paper should end up being the same size piece of paper. Okay, that plot scale is about how much you shrink the piece of paper. So I want to leave that alone. Okay, so there we go. I have now set that up. Okay, now this viewport, this is what I see. Okay, so I want to make that viewport take up my whole piece of paper as much as I can. I'm going to just grab those corners. That's a left click on each corner. And I've got my command line in the way, so I'm going to kind of get it to fill up the whole bottom. Click on the grip, pull it down to the corner, kind of make it fill up the whole thing. It also says to put that on the no print layer. So I'll see it, but it won't print. And then I just hit escape when I was done. Now, I need this to show up the right size. So I'm going to say my piece of paper isn't quite right. I have to go adjust what I'm seeing. So I'll go to the model, click. I'll pan my view, zoom it in, and I want that to be 1:1 or some other normal number. Sometimes 1:1 doesn't fit on your piece of paper. These are normal numbers. You can find scales that can measure these. So we always want to use 1 whenever possible that is on this list. Okay, so now this shows up 1:1 in my layout. My layout plots 1:1, so this will be full scale. 1 inch on the piece of paper equals 1 inch in the real world, 1:1 in the plot. Okay, and that's all really good, but sometimes you accidentally move something. Control Z. Scroll something. Control Z. I want to avoid that. There's this little lock button down here that locks the position and the scale. So I want to lock. Now I don't get accidental changes. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to come back to paper space. When it says paper here, I touch the piece of paper. When it says model, it's like going right through the viewport and touching the model. Okay, so I want now to be in paper. I'm going to save my work because I just did some good work. Save that. I'm going to do a plot preview. Watch, here's the little printer button up here. Plot. Preview it. And how cool that line went away. That was on the no print layer. So it looks pretty nice. Click. Now, my directions say to put 2 dimensions on it, kind of across the top and from top to bottom. Put those 2 dimensions on it. And I don't care what dim style you use. Oh, I think it says use XXX, Mech XXX. So let's go to annotation and make sure I'm using XXX. And I do this linear one, but this dimension will work too. That's nice. So I click the linear dimension button. I find a corner. My O snaps are set to endpoint. So linear, corner, corner, and pull it out here somewhere. Now, those should be on the dim text layer. So I'm going to pick those 2 things, go up to my little layer bar, and click dim text. Now they're on the correct layer. The last thing to do is put my name in here. So again, I'm going to start off dim text. And to put your name down here, you type DT. DT. Enter. Find some spot. It says to put it in the lower left. Sorry, lower right. So I'm going to left click my mouse button. Click. Text height. It's fine where it is. Enter. Rotation. It's fine where it is. Enter. And type your name. And then just click somewhere outside of it and hit enter. There we go. I've got the whole thing. Save. Now you're going to submit, not the PDF of this, you're going to submit the whole file to me. Because I'm going to look it over. I'm going to make sure you got your layers in there. I'm going to make sure you have your dim styles. I'm going to make sure you have your text styles. I'm going to make sure this is set up. I'm going to check some of your dimensions. Okay, so you're going to give me your DWG file. That's when you save it. It saves the AutoCAD as a DWG file. And you're going to do that for 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 2.1, 2.2, 2.3.